I still can't believe this BMW belongs to me. What's up, everyone? Today, I wanted to introduce you to my latest acquisition, this BMW. But before I reveal which model it is specifically, I wanted to give you a glimpse of all the other cars that I considered before I purchased this particular BMW, because it took me about 8 months to make a decision. So without any further ado, I looked at a Porsche Panamera GTS Sport Turismo. It's got a lovely V8, but because of the backseat layout, I said no, my kids wouldn't be comfortable in the back. I almost pulled the trigger on a Mercedes E63 AMG. I almost bought one, but then I couldn't get over the fact that they're a bit overpriced for what they are. You can get a sedan for a lot less than a station wagon, and I just couldn't justify the premium for that station wagon. I almost bought a C43 AMG wagon in the US. So that car was never brought to the US. It was a Canadian import that some dealer brought it to the States. I think there were 2 cars like that in the US. When I found it, or when my buddy Jeff found it, I quickly put in a deposit, paid for PPI, and it failed the PPI. The last station wagon, actually 2 station wagons that I considered, a Volvo V90 R design with a Polestar tune. But having owned an XC90 with the same 4-cylinder supercharged and turbocharged engine, I just couldn't get over the engine note. I also, for a brief second, I looked at an Audi RS6 Avant, which is the only RS6 we get in the US. Call me crazy, but I'm not a fan of that Audi's interior. A couple of months ago, when the Toyota Tacoma, or when it was announced that it was coming out, I was 100% set on getting a pickup truck. So I started calling Tacoma dealers. Each dealer wanted at least a $6,000 premium over MSRP. Since I had no luck, I had to walk away from it. But that got me interested in pickup trucks. I was not interested in a full-size pickup truck. I was interested in sort of a mid-size. So I looked at a GMC Canyon, a Chevy Colorado, especially the ZR2 trim, I think. Fantastic vehicles. 2 things that kind of pushed me against them. 4-cylinder engine, and the back seat space is not enough for what I considered adequate for long distance trips with my kids. And then the last pickup that I really seriously considered was the Rivian pickup truck. I saw it in person. Actually, my neighbor has it down the street. He let me drive it. I really like the car. It's super luxurious inside, crazy acceleration, looks the part, especially in black that he has it in. I already own an electric vehicle. The whole idea of me getting a new car is for me to be able to take it on family trips without having to stop for charging, especially during the winter. So that was a no-no. The last 3 vehicles before I jump to what I'm about to say. Porsche Cayenne Turbo 2015 and up after the facelift. Love that you can get it for an amazing deal, but I already have an SUV. But then I was also considering the new X5M, a competition, which kind of reveals that I didn't get it. I also looked at, I never drove one, an Audi SQ7. And basically, it's like a Audi S6 Avant. So that's my list. I actually ended up using Auto Tempest, which ended up working fantastic for me because I was able to find, you ready for this? Drum roll. This is my 2023 BMW M5 competition. It's got a couple of goodies. As you can see, it's got carbon ceramics. It's got some self-driving features that it has. It's got some interior options which I will walk you through in the next video. But I really wanted to share with you the excitement of me coming back to the BMW community. And before you ask, no, the Porsche stays. It still stays in the garage. I'm getting a lift, so that's going to be put up on the lift. I will not drive the Porsche during the winter. This is going to be my preferred car to drive on long distance family trips, and we do a lot of those. Ski trips, I'm going to put a roof box on it. It's going to be absolutely epic. I bet you thought I was getting a G80. Haha, got ya. I've got to say, one of the most deciding factors of me getting this over the G80 is the fact that this is actually more luxurious. This is technically more powerful, and this is so much better looking. No matter how you slice it, I think the BMW M3 in its current generation just doesn't look good, and I cannot imagine buying a car like this and walking into my garage and looking at that face. I'd much rather look at this face. Also this, no full digital screen, 2 separate screens, and check this out. You've got physical buttons This is something that you don't normally see in the newer BMWs. And that's why I went with the BMW M5, not just any BMW M5. I wanted the latest year of the greatest BMW M5 ever made. A lot of you will argue with me on that, but to me, this is the best BMW M5 ever made to date. The future one will be electrified. This does not have any hybrid components, nothing. This is 100% twin turbo V8 power. I also wanted carbon ceramic brakes. I also wanted the last BMW ever made to have, as I showed you, the screens and actual physical buttons. I am not a fan of that one single digital screen. It's just not for me. This car spoke to me quite a lot. The color spoke to me quite a lot. The color is sort of versatile enough where I can pull up to a nice fancy restaurant and be taken seriously, but I can go to a car meet and all the car guys and girls will look at it and say, wow, that is a cool color. So how good does this front end look? I mean, take a look at it. This is amazing. It is almost perfect. It's not perfect, which is why I already have a couple of things sitting in the garage on order that I'm going to be installing. We've got suspension. I already have an exhaust that I'm going to be doing on this thing. I have identified the exhaust. I don't have it yet. And there are a couple of things. I'm not going to be doing any carbon fiber stuff on it because the car has the extended shadow light trim, which is all the gloss black pieces. I'm not a fan of carbon fiber. I'm not a fan of the carbon fiber roof. Call me crazy. I would have preferred a sunroof, but not available on a competition model. But this car will definitely be made my own. I already installed PPF in the front. One of the things I completely forgot to mention is the fact that even though the car is only 6 months old, it's a 2023 registered in the beginning of 2023, which is the year I'm making this video. The car has 12,000 miles, but despite the fact the paint is absolutely flawless, 2 tiny rock chips that were covered by PPF, I didn't care about that. The front bumper looks fantastic, and before you wonder, yes, I had PPI done and we checked the paint. It has never been repainted. Whoever drove this car 12,000 miles in 6 months really took care of it. I'm very, very, very happy that because I know who the owner was. It was on the iDrive display. He did. Anyways, super excited to be back with the BMW community. Super excited to be bringing you some BMW content. I'm super excited to be driving this car as my sort of daily family vehicle and really making it my own. So thank you everyone for watching and continuing to support the channel and follow. I look forward to having you connect with me. Comment down below if you have any questions or comments. I'll try to respond to every single one of them. And really, thank you very much for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Again, I'll do a video overview. I'll do a couple of other stuff just for you to kind of get to know the car. This video is long enough. I'm just super excited that I'm finally able to share this vehicle with you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.